The NonStop radio show.
NonStop hip hop.
The hottest underground hip hop and R&B show on this side of the net.
Yo, pure order.
Yo, peace and blessings, Nemesis.
Yo, apocalyptic and cryptic messages get uplifted. Ancient technology, galaxies unknown to the ungifted. Sifted the brine, MC's brain remains sedentary. Rhymes, atomic particles dancing like orbits interplanetary.
Greetings from the master race of lyrical competence. Woo. Encapsulating creativity with constant content. Confident in the events of the apocalypse. Honor it. See the light beaming from my continents.
Yeah.
Yo.
Just a little taste, yo, the new world. New video,
Pure
new
order.
Year, Pure Order dropping 1/1/23.
That's right.
Just wanted to give y'all a little taste. I want to appreciate all the supporters. You know, we love hip hop. This is hip hop. It's gonna get us through everything. So let's keep rocking together. This world, so out, so cold. Apocalyptic and cryptic messages get uplifted.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Once again, it's your boy Emilio Wegbar. And I would like to say thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into tonight's presentation as EJP Entertainment presents the Artist Spotlight. You already know what it is. We at the point of our show where we are joined by tonight's special guest. But before we do so, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you go follow us on IG at EJP_Entertainment to stay up to date with everything related to EJP Entertainment. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Once again, it's your boy Emilio Wegbar, and I would like to say thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune in here to yet another episode of this platform. And it will definitely warm my heart to the fullest on this cold night. If y'all go over there to IG and follow us on Instagram at EJP_Entertainment to stay up to date with everything related to EJP Entertainment. And also while you at it, if you don't want to just check out the audio format of this platform, feel more than welcome to go over to our YouTube channel at EJP Entertainment. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the videos and all that good stuff, and check out some of your favorite episodes from some of your favorite artists from all around the world. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. We are at the point of our show where we are now joined by our special guest here this evening. And calling in here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got two for y'all on the horn. And up next, we have with us Nemesis, God's Gift. Please welcome to the show, folks, Pure Order. Yo, Pure Order, what's good? How y'all doing? How's everything?
Yo, Emilio, everything's good. Thank you for having us, bro.
You're absolutely welcome.
Blessed to be here. Thanks for having us.
You're absolutely welcome, and we are blessed to have y'all, and we want to just say thank you to each and every one of you. We definitely do appreciate it. So with that being said, we are at the point of our show, where we like to, give the guests the chance to, introduce themselves to the audience a little bit, to let them get to know you a little bit. So with that being said, either one of you, whoever wants to take it first, go ahead.
Yo, I'm God's Gift. What can I say? Yeah. God's Gift from the OX, Oxnard, California.
Okay.
We just I like him seeing. What can I say?
I'm Nemesis, hailing from LA, Los Angeles, where I grew up. And, fell in love with hip hop out there. I'm always from the West Coast forever, and I never lived anywhere else. But my Mecca is, East Coast style.
Okay.
And that's where, that's how I fell in love with hip hop and everything. So
yeah.
That's what I do, and now I love MCing. I've been doing it for about 6 years now.
That's what's up. So, it's funny you guys said that because, at first glimpse, when you check you guys out and you listen to your music, you would not get it at first that you guys are actually from the West Coast, because you sound so heavily East Coast influenced that when I had the opportunity to find out that I was going to have y'all on the show or whatnot, I went looking through some of your, your videos on YouTube and checking out your music and all that stuff, and I'm like, yo, these guys do not sound like they're from LA or Cali at all.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
And
I want to be versatile either way,
I hear that.
I appreciate that you picked up on that, Emilio. That was dope. Thanks for checking for us too.
Oh, absolutely. That's one thing I like to do, and that's one thing I like to pride myself on, is when we have guests coming up here, for the fact that y'all, utilize our platform, it's only right that we make sure we go and know about you guys, find out some more information about you, and take a listen to some of your music and all that good stuff. So it's definitely a pleasure to have you on here, and we're going to go ahead and get into it, So with that being said, y'all both... Yeah, you both rock with the East Coast real heavy. So with that said, who were some of your favorite influences growing up, getting started?
For me, it was always, I like one of my favorite MCs of all time is Tila Rock.
Okay.
Tila Rock, Jungle Brothers was always like one of my favorite crews. Ultramagnetic MCs.
What? Brand Nubian. For me, Tribe Called Quest, heavy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Tribe Called Quest, Brand Nubian, definitely some of my favorites that I had growing up as well. Now, I'm going to be honest, full transparency, I wasn't one of those ones that really dwelled real deep into the music. I was more so like listening to whatever I got on the radio, because at that point in time, I had one of those strict parents that didn't like me to listen to a lot of music, that you buy from the store and all that stuff. So, anything I got was from the radio.
Me too, though, Emilio. Yeah, same thing. Had to rock was on the radio.
Yeah, but out here, like for myself, in Oxnard, our college radio station, KCSB, it would rock. We had our hip hop shows that would always play all the good stuff.
The underground, and you probably heard of the Wake Up show from back in the day.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sway in the morning, definitely heard about the Wake Up show and all that good stuff. Sway's out here on the East Coast now. Actually, he actually lives in Harlem now, and he's still doing this thing on the radio. He's on Sirius XM now. Big shout out to him.
Word up, definitely. Shout out to Sway.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Sway. I can say he's one of my biggest influences when it comes to doing the radio.
That's right. Yeah, right on.
Yeah, great taste.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So with that being said, how was you two able to link up and, formulate the group that we know now as Pure Order?
Yeah. So, I moved into the town. I was in school at the time. Moved into the town that Gift already lived in. And in San Bernardino, California. And I was just ciphering it in school, middle school, high school. I'm just, in ciphers, killing it. And I met Gift through some mutual friends, but we didn't know each other rhymed yet until maybe about a year. A year into just hanging out, being friends. And basically we just started sharing poetry and rhymes. Found out we both rhyme, and it was like, we got to form a crew. We got to. And Gift got some background on Pure Order. Yeah,
so so I was, I don't know if you ever heard of Madlib.
Oh yeah.
And so I was heavily associated with Madlib and group growing up with him and the Lupac. Did guest appearances on the Lupac album Sound Pieces, on the Lost Tapes. I had a solo song on there, and so back then is when I came up with the Pure Order concept. Back when I was running with the Lupac and all those guys. But it wasn't until I met Nemesis that I was like, came back with that concept and like, when it comes to Pure Order, this pure lyricism, this is my partner forever.
That's dope right there. That's dope right there. And I like that concept, Pure Order, and I like what it represents and what it stands for, because when you listen to a lot of the music now, and I know people will be out there listening, they like, oh, come on, Emilio, you about to get back on your soapbox once again, which I am not, but when it comes down to it, and I listen to the music we hear out there right now, especially on the mainstream level, it's not too much of an emphasis on, you know, the lyricism aspect anymore. But like when you get into like the underground, when you get into the indie scene and you have artists such as yourselves that's on the rise and on the come up, you know, the lyricism is still there. And it's like when I listen to it, it's like it's okay to hear all the other mainstream stuff, but it's like, yo, my heart is still with, you know, the lyricism and hip hop and all that good stuff. So I definitely appreciate the fact that you both look to keep the 90s feel and, you know, just the whole overall lyricism alive when it comes to hip hop.
Oh yeah, thank
you.
you.
Thank you for that, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, we got to keep it alive no matter what. And we allow for, well, I'm speaking for myself. I allow for different genres to come in, and I see what some of the young cats is doing is fresh and all that. And hip hop has to keep evolving and expanding and all that. But there is a core skill level, and there's a core content level that we got to have in our lyrics again to uplift ourselves and just to have fun, and, you know, not being about killing ourselves. That's the era we trying to, you know, keep alive.
I respect that, because, you know, when you listen to today's music, you know, and we've all had that moment in time when we listen to a lot of the bang bang shoot 'em up raps of, you know, some of our favorite artists of the past, but you listen to it now, it's like a lot of these artists, like, they really just take it to another level. You know, looking at 2022 where we had so many, you know, uprising artists and well-known artists that was passing away tragically due to the streets and gun violence and stuff like that. It's like, you know, it's like we all as a hip-hop collective need to take a stop and just step back for a second and just examine the overall landscape and realize that, is this something that we really want to continue to go along with this path when it comes to, you know, all this gangbanging and stuff like that, and all this, you know, killing each other and glorifying all that's wrong with society in our community and stuff like that, you know?
Yes, indeed. That's exactly. Preach, Emilio.
Exactly. And just to piggyback off that just a little bit, I mean, because hip hop has always been that voice. You know, that voice of bringing us together. You know, the different, bringing everyone and their different talent, representing all the different elements of hip hop. Come together, stop all the violence, and just come together, peace, love, and unity, you know.
And we could dance, you know, we could have fun, but we don't have to kill nobody to have fun.
That's a fact. That's a fact right there. If anything, you want to kill them with anything, kill them with the music, kill them with the lyricism. Get them out there dancing till they drop and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, like leave the guns and all that stuff out of it. Even though, don't get me wrong, I am a fan of some good old back and forth, you know, especially from the battle rap era where you got people that's just trading bars, you know, trading darts as we like to call them out here. But all that killing stuff, man, I can do without it.
Exactly. I mean, hey, there's nothing more beautiful than seeing two guys battling each other, with the full recognition that they can say anything, and it's not supposed to ever come to violence. It's all about skill level.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So let me ask you guys, with that being said, and let me piggyback now off of you, Gift, with that, you know, the last statement you just made. How do you feel, you know, both of you can answer this either collectively or individually, but how do y'all feel about the overall skill level when it comes to music these days? You know, especially coming from the fact that you both are like actual lyricists. Like, how do you feel about today's talent level when it comes to music?
Let me push that over to Nemesis.
Well, man, because this lyricism is really, you know, what I take to heart. So I'm seeing what's happening to our industry. I'm seeing that the skill level is really getting squeezed out of these artists. They're really being told by the labels, do not show any skill. Let's dumb down your music, because all we want is to turn a quick buck and keep everybody dumb enough to keep buying into this negativity. So it's a system that, you know, that because of wanting to just chase that dollar, you know, people are turning themselves in and turning their skills over for that dollar. Where we want to prove that you can have both. I mean, you know, shout out to all our fans. You know, we're building some genuine, you know, supporters without having to sell out, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, that's very interesting because, you know, just to think about that, it made me think about, Designer, and it made me think about what's his name, 2 Chainz. Before he became 2 Chainz, he was known as Titty Boy, and he used to be able to rap. You know what I'm saying? And then even Designer, like I've heard him on a freestyle on a radio show one night, and he was actually rapping not like what he's known for, but he was actually rapping as if like he take his pen game serious. So like I really do understand and get where you're coming from when that is said. When you got a lot of the labels that dictate what these artists go up there and speak about, and I really do feel like it shouldn't be that. If you feel as though this person has the skill lyrically or has the gift to be able to make good music that'll get people listening, I think that's what should be pushed more. But that's just me. That's just my opinion.
Yo, I totally agree, man.
Believe that, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And it also would give way for more artists such as yourselves to break through the mainstream now, because it's like the mainstream is so caught up in all this foolishness right now. Like a lot of the talented artists such as yourselves get pushed to the side.
Yeah, they try to. You see that. You see that.
Yeah.
It's cool that you see that, and that's our plan. That's our strategy, is to really try to break through on the basis of, this is what people really want to hear now. They're kind of sick of hearing that negativity, so we're hoping that leaves a wide open lane for, artists like ourselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So with that being said, when people sit and they actually listen to your music for the first time, and when they get a chance to really, like take in your catalog, what do you want the people to get from you when they're listening to your music? Like what kind of experience that you want them to have when they get finished listening to a Pure Order record?
Well, there's levels. On the first level, we want them to just enjoy it as good music. Whether they understand everything that they're hearing right away or not, we want them to first just feel the flow, feel the music, feel the beat, just feel it off on the surface. And then if you want something more from it, like if you dig into it, like Google some of the verses, you might find some deep concepts that that could take you to another place.
So basically, what I'm getting from that, on one of the basic levels that you just described, you kind of want that, that replay value. Like, you go sit down, you're going to enjoy it as good music, but you're going to have some things in there that just go like, hold up, I didn't catch that the first time. Let me go rewind that and see if that's what he really said, and really like digest what was just said to you. I respect that. That's good artistry right there.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Emilio.
No doubt. So, like, how long have you guys actually been together? Because it's like when I listen to you, I know you broke down the history of how y'all found each other and how, y'all came together to form this collective. But how long have you actually been together? Because, like, the chemistry between the two of you seem like it's almost as if you both grew up together and y'all known each other for a very, very long time. And I kid you not when I say that.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you, yo. We've known each other.
Yeah.
For a good while, and we started rocking together in 2014. I'm gonna say 2014.
Yeah, 2014 is when we actually started rapping together. But we were friends before that. Like I said, are we same? Like our group of friends, like at least half of us all wrote poetry.
Yeah.
And then one of our friends brought out like, hey, you two are both MCs too.
And we didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So we've been kicking rhymes to each other for about 15 years.
And it's just the fact that we're of like mind too. We see things similarly. Like look at the world similarly, and the way we view hip hop. We view it the same way. We really about the culture and wanting to
uplift those fundamental principles of hip hop. Keep those pure.
Yeah, and I mean, you will find that like we even like both feel the same way when it comes down to not using profanity as a crutch word when we MC. Like all the stuff that we say, you'll never hear any profanity in it. We feel like
don't need to.
Yeah, like that being hard lyricist. doesn't mean that you could cut somebody out. You know, it means that you're coming, you coming with your metaphors, and you coming, with your double entendres, triple entendres, you coming with it.
Yeah, it requires more skill, but we want to we want to be that next level that can be that skilled where we don't need any crutch work.
I respect that, because you listen to some of the music, even myself, when I was back trying to pursue a career as an artist, I had like almost every other bar I had a curse word in it. So you know what I'm saying? Like that is definitely another type of skill when it comes down to it, not only just from, the words that you put together, but also the subject matter that you talk about, because it's so easy to talk about, a world of violence and the street stuff and all that stuff. But when you actually can expand your craft beyond that, and you have people really thinking about other aspects of life, to me that's a real mark of artistry when it comes down to it.
Thank you, appreciate that.
No doubt.
Yeah,
you're absolutely welcome. So like when it comes down to you two making records together, and when you just observe the overall landscape, do you feel as though that chemistry plays a big part in the music that you put together? Or is it just, when you get together and y'all make records and all that good stuff, y'all just, whatever feels right to each other, that's what y'all gonna put out?
Definitely the chemistry, because so we start with having a discussion on the subject that we're going to go into, and that our pre-discussions before we start writing gets real deep. And then we go and we write our verses based off of our thoughts and feelings on whatever it is that we're rapping about.
Well, and the chemistry is like, for me, it's built off of visualizing off of the beat. Really, for me, I start process by hearing the beat, and the beat got to tell me what the concept is gonna be. It gotta give me what it feels. So I get the feels off of the sound, and then I talk about what I'm visualizing, and Gift talks to me about if he's going that direction or a different direction. And then we usually are thinking pretty much on the same level playing on that particular beat. So, we try to follow the vibe, but then we apply, what really means a lot to us, what we want to talk about on it. And it just kind of gels.
Yeah.
I like that, especially when you think about it, especially with the last few years, how the way things has been, where, people haven't been really able to work with one another together. Everything had to be done remotely due to, everybody knows the circumstances. It's like, like you can hear the chemistry a lot better when you have that opportunity to really sit down and to, think about it, put the process together and then go and execute it. And when it comes down to it, that goes into your next, the next question about your newest single, New Order. Like, break it down and, take us through, what was the process like when you, both came together and put this song together?
Ooh, New World.
Yeah, New World.
That one, wow. We wanted something that was impactful, could impact the world. We was really looking at the current situation as out of control, and people were feeling lost and hopeless because everything's out of control. From institutions that people trusted, government, corporations, whatever it is, pharmaceutical, people were lost as to who to trust. There was nothing in this world that could be trusted. So that was the inspiration, feeling like there's nothing in this world that can be trusted. What can Pure Order say about that? New World is about creating writing a whole different story to how this world unfolds based on what we hold our own selves to, like principles, fundamentals. And so if we stay solid on that, we can build a solid foundation and find ourselves instead of be lost.
Yeah.
I like that definition right there and that explanation. And let's go, when we get a chance, we got to get up with the publicists and we got to make sure we put them in a headlock, yo, because they put on their new order. And now I'm sitting here looking at his new world. My bad. Let me make sure I put some respect on that right there. I don't want to disrespect your art or nothing.
Thank you. Yeah.
No doubt.
It's all good.
Nah, it's all love, definitely. But with that being said, like, what has been the reaction that you have received so far from people that have listened to it?
Well, now you like look at the comments that in on YouTube that we got. It was pretty nice. You know, people recognizing that, you know, that the level of lyricism is there, the music is hard hitting, but yet uplifting at the same time. You know, and that's that.
I'm hearing some deep heads. I'm hearing heads that's been in the game longer than us coming up saying, I haven't heard lyricism like this. This is my favorite. I love this. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's like when it feels like I'm winning an award or something. But yo, that's just, you know, the natural flow, organically spreading it around, getting feedback from people.
Mm-hmm.
We're loving how the true heads are really touched by this joint. You know, I feel like they feel like there's hope for hip hop after they peep it. So I'm humbled by that, and I thank everybody who peeped, yo.
Yeah, thank you.
That's dope. And as far as that is concerned, when it comes to, like, you know, maybe future collabs that's coming up, who were some of the people that you would like to work with, like, you know, in the industry, not just, you know, mainstream, but anybody you can think of? Who would be some of the people, if you had that opportunity, who would you love to sit down and work with?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I'll go first, kid. What are you thinking about?
Man.
Yo, I gotta say, like, Saul Williams.
That
poet Saul Williams.
I would love to work with Saul.
Where Erykah Badu.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And as far as rappers, woo. I said woo. Naturally, I actually said woo.
Yeah, you said woo.
And I meant that. Yeah, anybody from woo, pretty much.
Yeah, it would be nice. I personally would love to like collab with Camp Lo.
Oh wow.
You know, those, like, I really love their lyricism.
Camp Lo's dope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, like, and even like we have some songs that we put out already. You know, we've had a chance to work with Prince Poe, work with Elzai.
Yeah.
And you know, that was real live, getting them on track. We have our next one that we have coming. We got someone special on that's definitely gonna turn heads. Who's known as definitely like one of your most dangerous lyricists out there.
Oh, okay.
And so that's gonna be something special.
Nice. That's dope right there. And you guys mentioned Camp Lo, and that just made me just automatically think about Lucchini. And I'm like, I don't understand why those guys never got bigger than that song outside of New York. Like that like they was one of the dopest hip hop. Yeah, like they was one of the dopest hip hop duos back in the early '90s, mid '90s, and all that good stuff like that.
Sure.
And that's definitely like the biggest song, you know, that they've came with. But they have like their catalog, like other songs, other albums and stuff that they put out. You know, like they really got some incredible good music. Like I don't know, like I don't know what you know, what really, you know, maybe the changing landscape in the industry probably, you know, had something to do with it. But you know, to where
the underground still respects Camp Lo.
Oh yeah,
you know, yes indeed.
Oh definitely.
Yeah.
They'd definitely be respected among the spitters. That's what we like to call them. Like, you know, when it comes to them people that really can put them bars out there and have that good lyricism, they will always have respect amongst us when they get down to it. And with that being said, you know, you mentioned like maybe it was the change of the landscape that may have kind of like, you know, threw them off course a little bit. And that makes me, you know, think about when it comes to like the radio versus like streaming platforms and things of that nature. Like, how do you feel about the current landscape when it comes to like, you know, the way artists are distributing their music these days?
Well, it's an interesting. It's almost like a little catch-22 a little bit. You know, on one hand, you know, the business. You have like the labels and stuff like that, like really trying to take over even more, like from artists, take more from artists. Things before like that they wouldn't touch, like an artist's merchandise and there's money from their shows and stuff. They're really, and you know, they're really not giving artists what they're rightfully due.
But on the radio platform, I'm personally seeing the radio making a comeback and kind of converging with the streaming.
Yeah,
they're like kind of both rising from, as you know, underground artists rising organically. I'm finding that it's kind of reverting back to the DJ having so much of a big role in hip hop again.
Yeah,
I like that.
And
you
we
know.
love to do that.
Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, my bad. I was just saying I love to see that. I love to see DJs and folks like yourself, Emilio, who love this.
Yeah.
I
really
appreciate
seeing
that.
the voice for hip hop again.
It really makes us independent artists, you know, it really helps us have a platform.
Yeah.
I truly do appreciate that, really, because, you know, like, you know, just a little bit of a, you know, brief history from myself to you guys, you know, and a lot of the listeners out there know already when I say this, like, a lot of this was because I got tired of listening to a lot of, you know, dope artists such as yourselves get overlooked for what the mainstream wanted at that time. So I'm like, let me put aside my own career to look forward to helping realize the dreams of others. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me start a platform that, you know, showcase people, you know, and give them the opportunity to be heard again. And just to hear that, especially, you know, with a lot of talks with people saying that, you know, radio isn't what it used to be, and especially online radio, still people are, you know, like catching on late, but they're catching on slowly. It makes me feel good to know that, you know, we are moving in the right place when it comes to, you know, introducing new talent to the world again, you know?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you're so important to the game. That's awesome to learn about you, that you willing to sacrifice where you was trying to go to where you felt you could be of most benefit to hip hop. Wow. That's the community I love. That's
And to me, it's
all for the culture.
Absolutely. It's, you know, one hand washes the other when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to that dope music, we want to play that dope music. And when it comes to dope artists like yourself, we want to make sure we do everything we can from a platform standpoint, and, you know, whatever it is that we can do on the side to help push that music forward, because artists like yourself deserve to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Contrary to where a lot of people may believe, people need to get out there and hear that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Thank
One
you.
hand
Thank
washes
you.
the other, so it's family in here. You
Yeah,
know,
alright.
just helping each other. You know.
Absolutely. And with that being said, you know, before we get ready to, you know, wrap everything up, and this definitely has been a dope conversation. I would love to have you guys back on here whenever you want to come back on here. Definitely let me know. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're absolutely welcome. No problem at all. And with that being said, you know, I just want to know, because this is something I like to ask every artist, because a lot of us don't think about longevity when it comes to our careers. And I just want to know, like, when it's all said and done for the two of you, what do you want to be able to look back on your career and say that you was able to accomplish and be proud of?
I did actually think about this the other day. And, all I want all my bars to be considered classic. That they can't be set in time like, oh, that's played out. Oh, I could tell that came from the early 2020s. No, I want my bars to come down timeless, and 20 years from now, 30, 40, 50 years from now, they could still see the relevance in everything that I put down. I hope that's my goal. No one's perfect, but that's what keeps me getting up every morning going hard.
Yeah.
And what about you, Giff?
Man, I would love for people to be able to say that I elevated lyricism. How I elevated the game. I elevated my element of hip hop. You know, this is what I do. and it's something that it's in my blood. It's what I've been doing for a long time, and that I believe in raising it up, and always just always elevating the art of lyricism.
I like that. Those are really good answers right there. And, and like with you guys and the music that you put out and just the general energy that I feel coming from the both of you and the passion I can hear in your voices, you're definitely going to leave a mark on this game. Mark my words when it comes down to it. Once that music gets into the right ears, a lot of people are going to look back like, yo, Pure Order is definitely a dope tandem to contend with. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can see that.
Thank you.
No doubt. So you're absolutely welcome. So with that being said, 2023, here we are. Like, what can the people expect from you going forward?
Ooh, lots and lots.
Yeah.
This drop New World, that was the first drop of 2023. Got album coming up. Your Order album that's already done. Just needs putting together videos and visuals right now. So a brand new album.
Yes, and then what Nemesis has cooking up on her solo album, that is going to be special.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I know Mr. Evil D of the Beat Miners.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I love the Beat Miners.
Where
Yeah.
I got so blessed to be able to collaborate with them, and it's going down in 2023.
Nice.
EB album Nemesis. So
Oh, man.
I'm really glad.
That's really dope because the Beat Miners, they're legendary out here, especially with some of the, the acts they've worked with over the years and continue to work with to this day. That is definitely a great look right there. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. Let me know when you guys put out that new album, and we would definitely love to have y'all come back up here and talk about it, and definitely, put people's ears to it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely let me know when that happens.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, definitely saving your information, so we definitely don't lose up when we got any new drops.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. That's what it's about.
With that band.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about building those relationships, man, and just doing whatever we can do just to, help advancing and moving the culture forward. That's what I look forward to.
Oh, that's beautiful,
right.
beautiful. Yeah.
No doubt.
Thank you.
So we want to, just take the time once again just to say thank you to the both of you. This was a great conversation. Nemesis, God's gift, having y'all on this platform here tonight. And we truly do appreciate it. And we truly do look forward to hearing much more from you coming back real soon. And with that being said, for the people out there that's listening right now and that would love to get in contact with you, for the fellow artists and producers out there and radio stations that would like to work with you on, future events and future occasions, how can they get in contact with you?
Oh, please come to our IG. Instagram is at The Pure Order. Simple, The Pure Order is our Instagram. You can DM us there, interact with us there, and we post all our latest updates there too. So we invite everybody to get in touch with us there.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. And once again, before we go, do y'all have any shout outs for the people out there that's listening right now? Any last words you want to say for this particular episode?
Well, first and foremost, shout out to you.
Shout out Amelia.
Amelia, man, we appreciate you having us.
Yeah, all the people in the 805.
Yeah,
everybody, my LA family, the great Medusa, big shout out. From the 805D Tragic, big shout out. Thanks for helping us along the way to get this far.
Yeah.
And just, all our Cali family. And peace to the Mecca on the East Coast, New York.
Hey.
Yes.
No doubt about it. And peace to y'all as well.
Nice.
What happened?
I just said that covers it nicely.
No doubt. And we definitely want to say, thank you once again. And for everybody else out there that's tuned in and listening right now, keep it locked and stay tuned. We got some from the Pure Order coming up next, man. So keep it locked. This your boy Emilio Wegbar, and this is one of your favorite shows. And we'll be back with much more right after this.
Woo!
This world so out, so cold, gone. Apocalyptic and cryptic messages get uplifted. Ancient technology, galaxies unknown to the ungifted. Sifted the Brian MC's brain remains sedentary. rhymes, atomic particles dancing like orbits interplanetary. Sanitary raps to keep people out the cemetery. Commentary matters not, future's the itinerary. Lit roadway to life among past subsidiary to the truth style, producing indigenous dictionary. Try to encourage basic intelligent thought before cynicism drowns lyricism in seas of the distraught. Exploratory probing Socratic methods employed to approach heads in ways that instead of just annoyed, evoke reflection how choices build like blocks successive. I can see through the test into the vessel in your chest and stimulate synapses that relieve the brain's distress and make way for hard truths, realities we must accept. Yes, accept.
It's the new. It's the new.
Adolescent antics and balance, idiotic banter, lunchroom food fights, flatline candor, dead wrong, thankless, think tank brain freeze, checked out, check please, check them in the therapy. We terminate frauds, exterminate theropods, spitting asteroids on your Terra Nova entourage. Man, child, God's crowd, self-doubt, the super unknown, self-knowledge handouts, spelled out, and packaged in a handbill. You crayon rappers looking like a troop of mandrills, crack canines with wire shut mandibles. Buyer beware, don't buy into these animals. Mad creatures with mouth foamy Caesars. The mass extinction agenda, here's a teaser. Cautionary tales left the listener conflicted, and dark seekers running from the light.